What's going on, guys? Cram here. I got the 2 week update for you on the No Force Users account that we started. The big thing you're going to notice is that we're already level 56. The early game has been really improved on by CG. I got to give them credit here. They added a couple of calendars up front, which are really going to help you advance your account quickly. I know on my two main accounts that I built, it took a lot longer to get here. 56 is a lot of progress. We're already almost unlocking ships, which is really cool, and I think that's a good thing for the game. We need new players to be able to come in and get up to speed quickly, and it's almost like a little mini hyperdrive account. It's kind of nice. So I'm going to show you where we're at, what teams we're using right now, how we're doing on farming. Let me pop open our squads tab here. Kind of show you where we're at. So we still have the Mando team that we got from the event, which was a really nice start for us. This team's doing really well in Alliance War. And Queel and IG-11, at the early game, they just got a lot of healing. It's really keeping us alive. We're getting damage from Cara Dune, which is great. And now we're able to farm all these characters as well, which is helpful. We have all the nodes unlocked. So we are going to be going for Beskar Armor Mando pretty quickly here, I think. I'd say we're probably a month and a half out on that farm, and we can do it at pretty low gear levels as well, which is nice. Once we have him unlocked, we'll kind of start to separate out. We'll do a scoundrel team, and then we'll do a bounty hunters team, which will move Grief and Mando over to. We're also doing Imperial Troopers, which is helpful for us right now in Squad Arena. We're using them. We're farming Veers on his node. We got Moff Gideon coming from the Cantina. We're farming. Dark Trooper we're farming as well, and he's just absolutely annihilating things at this level. I want to put all the gear into him that I can at this point. Snow Trooper we may swap out once we unlock the Piat node. That's the plan at least, which we're coming up on here pretty soon, but he's doing all right for us for now. I'm actually a little surprised we don't have more shards for him. Normally, I feel like he pops up every third open in those alliance orbs that we get. So really surprised that we don't have more than a 2-star snow trooper. Eventually, we'll slot him into an Iden Versio team because we are farming Iden's node. We want to have the Vulture droid unlocked for fleets, and we'll also pivot and have that Iden team by the time we start opening Grand Arena. Range Trooper, we're farming on his node. He's a nice addition as well. Brings a lot of assists to the team. Another option that we have is Stark. Eventually, we will need both because we're going to do both Imperial Trooper teams. We want to have those available to us pretty early game. Rebels, we're mainly doing this team for pilots at this point. We have Akbar almost to 7 stars, which is going to be great. We'll have a pretty good capital ship early on. It's going to help us climb up in fleet arenas. Biggs, we're farming him out of the Galactic War Store, and we're also going to be farming his ship out of Galactic War Store once that's available as well. Biston, we're kind of lightly farming him out of Cantina. I'm also getting Boba Fett out of Cantina for my eventual Bounty Hunters team. And Boba Fett has a pretty accessible ship as well, which we're going to want to use. We can slot in with our Rebel fleet early on. I haven't started Scarab Rebel Pathfinder yet, but we will down the line once we get Biston's ship unlocked. I put this AdRad team here, the Admiral Radis, just to kind of be a placeholder. Eventually, we will be going for Profundity, which we can do. We will have to unlock some Force users, which is fine. We won't build them up, but that's a fleet that we want to build towards for endgame. And I thought it would be a nice early game team for us as well. Castian Andor has a ship, which we can farm from Cantina, which we're going to want to do. And there's just some good characters here. This is a good no Force users team that can round out our lineup. We have to have at least 6 teams by the time we hit Grand Arena. So why not put that in there now, so we can plan. I'll show you what else we're doing with the account as far as farming goes. So in the Galactic War Store, we're kind of just hoarding right now. As I mentioned, we're doing a little bit of Biggs to kind of get him up. Having him at 7 stars and then having his ship unlocked early on will be helpful for us as well. But once we hit level 60, we are going to want to hammer those ship farms out of here. And if we have a nice backfill of currency already, that's going to help us get to the top of our fleet shard early on with a nice rebel fleet. But it's also going to help us get at level 78 to the node on the challenge where we can farm the Zetas. So we want to have those ships up and running as quickly as possible, and having a good backlog of this is going to help us. We're going to hit the geo ships pretty hard out of this shop. We'd also be looking at Biggs's ship. Wedges pops up in here occasionally as well. Really, anything that we can use, we're going to buy because really want to round out our fleets. So that's where we're at for now. I know I mentioned I was going to do updates on this account weekly. I did skip last weekend. I got distracted with the Diablo 4 beta that was open. Had a good time playing that. If any of you guys are interested, I highly recommend it. Um, I know a lot of the Diablo 2 purists are not liking it for some reasons. I can tell you, I'm a Diablo 2 player myself, so I get that there's differences in the game. I think it's just kind of fun and different. I'm going to play it a little more casually than I used to play Diablo 2 back in the day. I played beta on Xbox as well, which I've never played a Diablo game on controller, and I thought that the D4 played really well on controller. It felt smooth. I wasn't fumbling around in the inventory too much. So that's my plan for that. My plan for this, I am going to keep playing this game even after Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth comes out, which we're going to be playing primarily on this channel. I'll probably do bi-weekly, monthly updates on this account, just kind of show you how things are going, show you how I'm progressing through the early game and up to level 85. Um, but yeah, we're primarily going to be focused on Lord of the Rings, which I'm excited for. It's a brand new game, excited to get in there and start from the beginning. Try to be competitive as a free-to-play player in that game as well. Um, Hoping to hear some news on that soon. I know they have soft launch going on. So, as soon as that launches day one, we're going to be on. We'll probably do a live stream. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Follow us, see what we're going to do with Lord of the Rings. Stick around. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.